Today we're taking a look at these NFL matches, which are happening on Sunday, November 27, 2022, and giving you match breakdowns, betting tips and predictions in general on these games. Welcome back to High Stakes, let's get straight into it. Also, don't forget to subscribe and push that notification bell to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos, and if you would like more betting tips and predictions, then check out our Patreon in the link down below. Our new Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. Multiple plans are available for each and every one of you. By becoming a member of the High Stakes Patreon, you will have access to our best team picks, total picks, parlay picks and much more. Stop wasting hours of your time searching for bad betting predictions that ends up costing you a lot of time and money. Join the High Stakes Patreon now and get the best betting picks. Going back to our video, we will give you 2 betting picks for each game, a team pick and a total pick based on facts and detailed explanation. So make sure to watch our videos till the end so you don't miss any of our picks. Miami Dolphins vs Houston Texans. This spread is simply too big for me to back the Dolphins. I see them winning this game outright, but it isn't easy to blow out any team in the NFL. The Texans have also benched their starting quarterback, as they will be turning to Kyle Allen in this one. I see this giving the Texans a spark on the offensive side of the field, as they will score just enough points to cover this spread. They are also better at stopping the pass than the run, as I see them stopping the Dolphins at different times in this game. They are allowing the 14th least amount of passing yards per game, as they will drop back and force the Dolphins to beat them on the ground. This won't happen, though. Miami is only running for the 22nd most rushing yards per game, as they will struggle if they can't consistently move down the field through the air. I believe that any NFL team can win on any given Sunday, as they will keep this game closer than people expect and cover this spread. Miami is also giving up the 23rd most points per game, as I expect the Texans to find the end zone multiple times in this game. Pick the Houston Texans and take the points, plus 14. The Texans have averaged just 13.3 points over their last 4 games. And though the Bengals have a 30.3 points per game average in that same span, that leaves us plenty short of the total. 9 of 20 games combined between these teams have gone over this season. Again, the Texans have Allen getting his first start of the season, so things will likely be a little slow going out of the gate for that offense. Houston doesn't give me enough confidence to pick the over. Take the under 47 points. Seattle Seahawks vs Las Vegas Raiders. The Las Vegas Raiders entered this AFC road bout with confidence. They finally snapped a rough 3-game losing streak with a 22-16 overtime road win against the Broncos last week in a clash that had Vegas as a 2.5-point dog. The Raiders are having a disappointing season due mainly to poor defensive performance. They also beat the Broncos in their first win, while the other victory occurred against the last-place Texans. The Raiders have covered the spread in 2 of 4 road games. Derek Carr has been productive in his last few games. The veteran QB has recorded at least 248 passing yards in 3 consecutive games and has collected 2434 passing yards, accompanied by a 15.5 TD to int ratio. Josh Jacobs has surpassed 100 rushing yards 4 times this season. The 24-year-old RB should resume his success against a poor rush defense in this one. Jacobs has posted 929 rushing yards on 5 yards per rush on the season. Davante Adams continues to dominate. The 29-year-old WR has recorded at least 126 yards in 3 straight bouts and now has 930 receiving yards on the year. The Las Vegas offense has proven offensive producers but is inconsistent, scoring 20 or fewer points in 3 out of their last 4 games. The Seattle Seahawks entered this one refreshed after their bye week. Seattle is having a surprising season as no one expected them to be leading the division at this stage of the season. They beat the Chargers and Cardinals in their 4-game winning streak, which was snapped in a 21-16 loss to the Buccaneers in Munich, Germany before last week's bye. They were 2.5-point dogs in that loss. Seattle has covered the spread in 2 out of their last 3 home games. Geno Smith is having a spectacular season. The 32-year-old QB has connected on at least 67% of his pass attempts in all but 2 games and has logged 2474 passing yards, accompanied by a 17.4 TD to int ratio. Kenneth Walker III is having a stellar rookie season. The 22-year-old RB has seen an increase in action since Rashad Penny's injury. Penny is out for the remainder of the season, and Walker 3 has been productive, amassing 587 rushing yards. Tyler Lockett and DK Metcalf continue to produce. Lockett has made 13 catches in his last 3 games, and the 30-year-old now has 640 receiving yards, while Metcalf has 581 yards. The Seattle offense has been its top strength. They have registered at least 27 points in 3 out of their last 4 games. The Raiders have not been able to sustain any momentum and have dropped 3 out of their last 4 games. Seattle is fresh after enjoying its bye week. They have exceeded expectations all season as they find themselves in first place in the division. The Seahawks are a stellar 3-1 at home and have earned the win in 4 out of their last 5 games. Furthermore, the Raiders' defense is being exposed. The pass defense is pegged 24th in the NFL, and I expect Geno Smith to have another big game. The veteran QB has amassed 275 passing yards in back-to-back games against the Cardinals and against a strong Bucs pass defense. Also, the Raiders' offense has been inconsistent and has scored 20 or fewer points in 3 out of their last 4 games. Take Seattle Seahawks minus 3.5 points. I'm going to take the over in this one. Seattle scores 27 points per game, and the Raiders are sitting right around 22.5. The Raiders have been playing better, and the Seahawks are fresh out of a bye. I think we will see some good offense in this one with explosive playmakers on both offenses. These teams have been right about even on over and under this season, but I think this is the perfect storm for an over. Take over 47.5 and have some fun. Arizona Cardinals vs Los Angeles Chargers. The Chargers are still alive in the AFC wildcard race. They have dropped their last 2 contests, but they did show hard in those defeats, covering the 8.5-point spread in their 22-16 loss to the 49ers and also covered the 5-point spread in their 30-27 loss to Kansas City last week. Although not mathematically eliminated, the Cardinals' season as alleged postseason contender is over. Arizona also did not look inspired in Monday's 28-point loss to the 49ers. Now on a short week, Arizona returns to their home field, where they have only covered the spread in 2 of their last 11 games. Los Angeles has covered the spread in 5 of their last 6 games when coming off a loss, and I expect them to get the job done on Sunday. Take Los Angeles Chargers minus 3 points. The Cardinals have been maybe the most disappointing team this season. Head coach Cliff Kingsbury is on the hottest seat imaginable, and if they lose this week he will most likely be canned. Kyler Murray has missed the last 2 weeks with an injury, but is expected to return. The Cardinals have dropped the last 3 of 4, and we're blown out in just about all of them. The offense has been the primary struggle, but the defense is not too far behind. They only average 21 points per game and allow 27 points a game. This is not a formula for success. DeAndre Hopkins has returned from suspension and has done very well since coming back. James Conner has played well since returning from his injury. Also, Hollywood Brown is expected to play this weekend. These teams are both getting to full strength and will finally have healthy offensive talent. Keenan Allen's return really makes Justin Herbert's job easier, while Murray is just a playmaker. They are both playing for their seasons, and each head coach could be coaching for their job. We're going to see the best version of both of these teams, and points will be scored on these bad defenses. I think this over clears easily. Take the over 48.5 points.